Was it the first time coming in the arena today, and what was that like, or just the first time coming back in here?
Well, when you meet the parking lot attendant, the guy at the top of the ramp that you know, and he's the guy that used to look after your wife and your kids when you came into the rink, and he was always a big happy guy to say hello. And again, it's an emotional time when you see him, and the guy that washes the cars out in the parking lot. I see players have new cars. Again, I don't see any of the coaches' cars out there. It's all new players' cars. So it's always nice to come back and see the people that you spent 7+ years with. So it's special.
And you've got to manage a game here tonight and get what's done. Is it tough to separate the emotion of coming back and the big picture here for you?
No, not really. The issue is this is the opposition now, and that's what happens in pro sports. The opposition changes, and now I'm part of the enemy. And because of the ties and the friendships that you had here, that gets separated in a hurry when you come into a team sport. And that's the way we separate it, and that seems kind of cruel, but that's the reality of it. I got a job to do.
What do you think you've learned as a coach since winning the Cup here 7 years ago?
There's lots. The list is long. There's lots of things that you take from and that you do over again, or you'd like to do over, but you don't have that opportunity. So what you try to do is use your experiences and say that I'm going to apply this in this situation versus that situation. And as we all get older, we all seem to calm down a little bit.
Some of us.
I just think I look at it a lot differently. There's certain times when you get a little bit too hyped up and too elevated in your emotions and that, but I think that the one thing I've learned to try to do is separate what's happening, and I think I'm a calmer individual and try to find the more positives when things aren't going the way you'd like them to go, but try to find a positive. And as I stated before, when I got let go and listening and reading what Ken Hitchcock had to say, that he'd sometimes have to walk around the building a couple times to remove the frustrations and anger versus and bringing something positive to the table. I think that's the most important thing that we all learn from, and we all learn from our mistakes, and we like to grow. And I think that's the number one thing when you're in the coaching business. Nothing really ever stays the same. You always got to be constantly learning.
In quiet times, do you ever think about what you had to do with the thing that's hanging up in these rafters here?
I look at it that I was very fortunate to coach the players that were here. We had a great group of players, and we had a lot of things go our way, and we had a lot of success, and we enjoyed it, and it was great for the franchise. But in reality, it's the players that go out there and earn it. So the coaches you swing the gate, and that's one of the things that we're trying to always sell our players on. Is when they take responsibility for the actions that go out on the ice, then coaching becomes easy. And those are the difference between teams that are able to take the next step and the teams that aren't able to take the next step. It's where really the coach doesn't have to do so much. The players take on the responsibility and lead the team into the playoffs and into the championship mode.
Do you find is it difficult at all to convince a younger group of that you have here at Leafs now?
I think what it is it's a learning curve, and I think the experiences, again, I'm sure there's players in there that have had some experiences over the last couple of years that they've learned from, and again, that's what we're trying to sell them on. Is there's no easy way to do it. There's one way, and it's usually a championship way. If you have championship work habits and you believe and you have skill, that if your work ethic doesn't match your skill set, then you're never really going to get any better.
In your mind, what's made California such a big valley for teams coming from the East this season?
Well, they've got good teams. Simple as that. If you come in and you look at the Anaheim Hockey Club, you look at San Jose, and LA, they're all built in the same mode. They're big, strong, skating hockey clubs, and those are the traits that the West does display. And I would say that there's more built along the lines of what the Boston Bruins has tried to do, and they've done it. They've accomplished that with their hockey club. And I think that when you play out here, there's no easy ones. There's no nights off, but there's never really any nights off in the NHL, and there's not supposed to be. But it seems to play out that way in the standings. But the programs here are built on size and speed, and they play an up-tempo game.
Randy, last time you played the Ducks, the Bozak line had a lot of success against the Getzlaf line. In general, how do you feel that top line has played, especially when matched up against other teams' top line, kind of a power versus power matchup?
Again, that was a long time ago. I don't know. That game was in December. October. Jeez,
Even longer.
Even longer. So a lot of things have happened both in both hockey clubs, but we know they're both talented groups. And I would say the Getzlaf-Perry line is more of a puck possession line. They're a cycling line, and they lead their team in offense. Getzy plays the point in the power play. I don't know if you could say that there's a better player in the league than Corey Perry in bringing the puck from the back of the net to the front of the net. How he gets it there, it's amazing. And they use their size and their skill set and their brawn in a lot of ways to bull the puck to the front of the net. But they do have skill. And where Phil and Bosey and JVR's a more of a bigger bodied guy, but Phil's a speed guy, and he's got that quick release, and Bosey kind of plays both ends of the rink for them. So it'll be a unique matchup if we decide to go head to head.
King was saying that he felt that he let you down, that there were guys, when you were let go as coach of Anaheim, that players let you down, that they could have done more. Did you ever think about that? What do you...
Yeah, you have those thoughts, but again, you come to work and you try to put your best foot forward day in, day out. And the one thing that we'll always take pride in is we as a coaching staff, when we were here, felt that when we left this organization, they were a better position than when we came in. And that's all you can really say. And what everybody else says about it, well, everybody's going to have their opinions. Everybody's going to deem that it was a positive or a negative, and you kind of get wrapped up in that. But it's nice to hear when a player supports you and your staff.
Will you have Clarkson or available tonight?
That has yet to be determined. I rushed right out here to see you guys.
Because you were so eager to see us.
That's right.
Randy, Peter Holland's probably getting a chance that maybe he didn't quite get here in Anaheim. What can you assess what he's done?
Well, the situation with Peter for us is we were missing Boland and Bozak, and we acquired Peter Holland because we believed that he could come in and make a complement to our center ice position. He's a young player. He's got size. He's got skill. And the one thing that Peter has to continue to grow into, he's got to grow into that physical size. Not be a guy that's going to stand on the outside, get inside on people. We're not asking him to run people over, and that's going to be a criticism of his that's been pretty consistent for the last little while. And he's a guy that can provide offense because he did it for us. He's come in and done that, and there's no complaints from that standpoint. And now he's getting more of an opportunity since the trade deadline, and the position that we have to fill and the need we have to fill with the absence of Boland, he's getting an opportunity.
Do you get your cup ring out much at all?
I don't usually wear that too much. I kind of look at it as kind of flaunting. I don't know why I look at it that way. I probably wear it once or twice a year. But it is a special. I have a simulated one on the mantle at home, so